Hello, David Mayo from MLive.com, back to discuss in the final part of our five-part series previewing Detroit Pistons 2015-16 training camp, focusing on the centers today. Everything the Pistons have done, it's all been built around the idea that Andre Drummond's going to be great. Going back to when Joe Dumars was general manager, they drafted Kentavious Caldwell-Pope because they were set at center. This past season, they drafted Stanley Johnson to build around Drummond. They signed Reggie Jackson to a long-term contract because they like how he fits with Drummond. They let Greg Monroe go for nothing, and after summer 2014, never made a serious offer to him because they think Andre Drummond is going to be great and their center of the future. It's the strongest position on the team, which it has been for a few years, but obviously there were a lot of misfit pieces. No more blaming poor fits. No more 5 men playing 4. No more 4 men playing 3. No more 3 men playing 2. Drummond has open space. His drivers on the perimeter have open space. There are shooters around him. 4 out, 1 in is all set. It's all been addressed. The personnel, the pieces, you have square pegs for square holes. You have round pegs for round holes. Andre Drummond has to prove that not having the right pieces was the problem the first 3 years when the team won 90 games with him here. He's a premier offensive rebounder, the best there's been in a very long time in this league. He's a putrid free throw shooter. He, as a rim protector, has to absolutely be better. There's no more slow defensive rotations, no more fear of looking bad because your man scored. And he's a player who can be so physically dominant and should benefit a great deal just from having a second year in the same system. He's never had any continuity since he's with the Pistons. So another year in Stan Van Gundy's system, with Brendan Malone working hard with him on post moves, just as Brendan did with Dwight Howard back in the day in Orlando. It's Drummond's time to step up and shine. It has to be better on the defensive end. Offense will take care of itself. But like I said, everything they've done for the last couple of years really has been focused around the concept that Andre Drummond was the center of the future. As a rim protector, he has to step it up. That's the main thing right now. He can't be languishing around 10th in the league in block shots. That shouldn't be the case with him. He's not a great offensive center, so he has to get it done rebounding and defense. And look, too many times he's been reluctant, whether it's reluctance or whether it's slow rotations, whether it's concern about not knowing whether to be, or whether it's concern about his man scoring and making him look bad when someone else gets beat on the perimeter and he has to cover for them. Those things can't happen anymore. It's year 4 now. Big men develop slowly in the offensive post. Everyone understands that, but this shouldn't be happening in year 4. He has to be better immediately this year. And if this sounds hard on Drummond, it's because Drummond has to be great, or the Pistons' design is flawed. They also have Aaron Baines at the position, a guy who can step out and away from the basket a little bit, which gives the second unit kind of an offensive edge that the first unit doesn't have. When you're going to play 4 out, 1 in, your 1 in better be pretty good. And Baines may be as important a bench player as this team has this year for just that reason. Drummond played a little over 30 minutes a game last year. If he can kind of mitigate his foul troubles, he's led the league in fouls 2 consecutive years. If he can limit that a little bit, he could get up to maybe 32 minutes a game. But that's a lot for a big man. He's going to need 16, 17, 18 minutes of help each night, and the Pistons need a quality 5-man when he's not in there. So getting Baines from San Antonio was a big part of the design this summer, and keeping Joel Anthony, the third center who did so well for the Pistons last year as just a model for consistency and effort every day, practice and being on time everywhere, and just a professional demeanor. They're very, very well set at the center position, and it's probably the one spot where they think they have the possibly the greatest stability.